All right, welcome in here to WHSH Broadcasting. We had some technical difficulties. Well, if you're just joining us now, score is Barr-Reeve 25, Washington 12. Trey Reed's at the line here. Won't get it to fall. It's going to be rebounded by Cameron Graber, and Bryson Graber will bring it up. Gets it taken away, or go for the ball. It's going to be picked up by Bryce Browning and thrown inside to Trey Reed for the easy layup.
Trey Reed is playing really well tonight.
He really is. I'm very impressed by his play during both the JV game and the varsity game.
He led the JV tonight with 14 points.
Very solid play. Now it's Graber over to the other Graber. Inside to O'Neal, inside to... So we lost out of bounds. Washington ball. And the Hatchets are starting to show a little fight here. And a timeout called by Barr-Reeve. So we'll take a 30-second break here with WHSH Radio. Welcome back here to WHSH Radio. Washington trails by 11 here. Midway through the second quarter. Just over 4 minutes to go. Niehaus has it. He gives it to Browning at the top of the key. Browning looks, dribbles, and gets it into Grant Niehaus into a wide open Trey Reed.
Pass.
Great pass there. I mean, we're actually starting to play well right now. It's nice to see. Wagler gives it to Graber. Cameron Graber gives it to Gladish. Gladish over to Wagler on the wing. Wagler up top to Graber. He gets it inside to O'Neal. O'Neal.
He's tough to guard down there.
Puts it up and in. It's a solid play from Barr-Reeve's Keegan O'Neal so far. And it's up top to Browning. Over on the wing to Fleetwood. Fleetwood gets it inside to Reed. And it's like an offensive foul is going to be called here on Washington. I'm not sure who they're going to get Bryce Browning, so that's his second, so he's going to have to stay out of foul trouble if he wants to stay in this game. Wagler will bring it up, gets it to, now it's up top to Wagler. It's going to be tipped away. Francis wasn't looking, so went right by him. Gladish out to O'Neal. O'Neal will take the three, and he got it. The big man is doing it all tonight. Shooting threes, and that's Niehaus still hit a long two. I'm not for sure how I feel about those long twos because that's going to be knocked out of bounds by Niehaus. They're low-quality shots, I feel like, but if you're good at them, like Matt Stevens was a year ago, that was probably his best shot, then, you know, it's effective. But
hopefully they'll fall later in the year.
Yeah, hopefully we're just having an off night as far as those go. Right
when
there.
Yoder checks in the game, Keegan O'Neal, he will come out his first break of the night.
So it's Barr-Reeve's ball. Austin Yoder passes it into Gabe Gladish, guarded by Francis. Gladish works left, kicks it out to Graber. Graber, guarded by Reed. Reed gets it over in the corner. It's back up top to Wagler, over to Gladish. Gladish will take the three, no good. We knocked out of bounds by Quentin Yoder, and it'll be Washington ball. And Keegan O'Neal's gonna, nope, not, yeah, he will check in the game now. And Quentin Yoder will take a, or excuse me, no. Austin Yoder will take a seat.
Quick break for Keegan O'Neal.
Yeah, that was that even 30 seconds? Hardiman gets it over on the wing to Fleetwood. Fleetwood works to the top of the key, picks up his dribble, gives it to Reed. Back out to Fleetwood. Fleetwood going to be a kicked ball on Isaac Wagler. And now Nick Parsons will come in for Barr-Reeve. And Cameron Graber will take a seat. And also Tyson Wright will come in for Evan Francis. Grant Niehaus will inbound here. Gets it into Tyson Wright. Just over 2 minutes to go here. Hatchets trail by 12. Up top to Hardiman. Hardiman over on the wing to Wright. Wright. Fleetwood. Fleetwood drives in. Picks up his dribble. Gets it to Trey Reed. He'll miss the long two. Wagler. Over to Parsons. Gladish gets it into O'Neal. O'Neal puts it up. Won't fall. Rebounded by, looks like, I'm not sure who's going to come out with this one. It's going to be a jump ball. And it'll go in the favor of Barr-Reeve. They held the possession arrow.
Good move by O'Neal. Just got to finish that one.
I thought that one was going to drop at first, but must have been a lid on the basket. So Gladish will inbound for Barr-Reeve under the basket. Gets it into Nick Parsons. It's going to be inside to O'Neal. O'Neal's going to be fouled. I think they're going to get Trey Reed for that one. It should be on Reed. No, they're going to get Hardiman for that one.
Oh,
I think that one was definitely on Reed if it was on anyone. Hardiman just went straight up. Nevertheless, Keegan O'Neal drains the first free throw, increasing the lead to 13. We'll have one more. That one won't go. Rebounded by Grant Niehaus. Tyson Wright gets it up to Fleetwood. Fleetwood to Reed. Over on the wing to Niehaus. Up top to Wright. Wright. Fleetwood takes a long two. No good. Rebounded by Niehaus. Inside to Hardiman. Hardiman. It's going to be blocked. Rebounded by Niehaus. Into the hands of Tyson Wright. He'll take a long two. He got it.
Good job by Tyson Wright.
Hatchets kind of got lucky on that one right there. That possession could have gone towards Barr-Reeve. He wouldn't have had that. Gladish works the baseline, kicks it out to Wagler. Wagler eyes a three. He got it.
Gladish traveled there on the baseline.
It looks like he might have. Officials may not have seen it. Hardiman gets it to Tyson Wright. Fleetwood up top. Works right. Steps back out. Takes a long two. He got it. Now the shots are starting to fall now, and it's starting to look a little bit better here. Just over 30 seconds to go. Barr-Reeve will likely look for the last shot here with a 12-point lead. Gladish has it. 26 seconds. It's Parsons. Parsons over to Yoder. Quentin Yoder to Wagler. 17 seconds. He's heavily guarded by Tyson Wright. Billy Fleetwood will bring the double team. Could be nearly thrown away, but it'll go to Gladish. Now Wagler has again. He'll work inside in the corner to Nick Parsons. Three on the way. Short, no good. Rebounded by Fleetwood. 2 seconds. Fleetwood. And they're going to a jump ball on that one. Nice play there by, I believe, Isaac Wagler. So Washington will have half a second to throw up some sort of shot here. I don't think they'll get a good look, but Fleetwood will get it off. Oh, it'll go off the side of the backboard. And that'll bring us to halftime here. The score is Barr-Reeve 34, Washington 22. We'll be back here in 3 minutes for the halftime show with WHSH. going to have to put a body on him.
Might need to double him.
Yeah. Up top to right. And it's over to Fleetwood. Fleetwood gets it up. Gets it out to Niehaus. He'll take a long two. No good. Not a very good shot right there. So the Barr-Reeve ball to a wide open Ainsko. Ainsko fouled and one. And the struggles have just continued here.
Tough start for that.
Yeah. I think they're going to get Bryce Browning for that one again. Or no, excuse me, I think Billy Fleetwood. Ainsko's free throw is up. Long, no good. Rebounded by Grant Niehaus. Wright will bring it up. He gives it to Fleetwood. Fleetwood on the wing. Looks inside, gives it to Niehaus. Niehaus picks up his dribble. Heavily guarded. Gives it out to Wright on the corner. And now it's over to Fleetwood. Corner three from Bryce Browning. Got it. What a shot there by the junior.
Bryce Browning is a really good shooter for the Hatchets.
Absolutely. He gave him a little bit of daylight, and he took advantage of it. Gladish has it. He gives up top to Graber. Over to Wagler on the wing. Inside to O'Neal. Double team and a wide open Cameron Graber.
What a pass.
Yeah, Grant Niehaus came to double team, which left a wide open Cameron Graber right under the basket. So you took out one problem with Keegan O'Neal, but you opened up a brand new one with Cameron Graber. Gage Latham throws up a wild shot. It won't drop. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Grant Niehaus.
Hatchets are struggling tonight.
Absolutely. 15-point lead for Barr-Reeve. 6:21 to go in the third quarter. It's inbounded to Gabe Glash, but he'll give it over to Wagler. Guarded by Wright. Wagler gives it to Gladish. Up top to Wagler. He'll pull from three. No good. Rebounded by Niehaus. Niehaus brings it up quickly. Over to Wright. Hatchets need to make something happen here.
Good transition D for the Vikings tonight.
Absolutely. Just under 6 minutes. Lee will take a long three. Long, no good. And rebound. I think that was rebounded by Wagler, yes. It's going to be passed over to Gabe Glash as he hits the floor. Ainsko gives it to Graber. It's going to be a long two there for Keegan O'Neal. No good. Rebounded by Fleetwood. Fleetwood brings it up quickly and throws it right through the legs of Keegan O'Neal. Might have been tipped there before it got to O'Neal. I think it was. Niehaus will inbound it from the baseline. He's looking, gets it into Trey Reed, up to the top to Billy Fleetwood. Tyson Wright has it, picks up his dribble, gives it to Trey Reed, up top to Fleetwood. Fleetwood works left, back right, picks up his dribble and gets it to Tyson Wright, takes a mid-range two, no good, rebounded by Gabe Gladish. The Vikings have just out-hustled the Hatchets on the board so far tonight. O'Neal, long pass over to Ainsko, three on the way. That one won't fall. Rebounded by O'Neal. He'll put it up. No good. Rebounded by Latham this time. And now it's into the hands of Tyson Wright. Wright brings it up. Wide open Trey Reed puts it up and one.
Good pass by Tyson Wright.
What a play. As I said, the freshman comes in and he's given the team a little bit of a spark here. The Vikings are kind of laying off of Trey Reed and he's punishing him for it. Reed will have a free throw here. He'll put it up. It'll go long. No good rebound. Oh, just. Gage Latham just couldn't handle that one. Probably should have had it. Gladish has it. Up top to Wagler. 13-point lead for Barr-Reeve. 4:35 to go. Wagler over to Gladish. Gladish heavily guarded. In the corner to Ainsko. Knocked out of bounds by Latham as he was trying to get into O'Neal.
They're really struggling tonight with Keegan O'Neal.
Yeah, O'Neal. Gage Latham's only a 6'3" center, so up against the much taller Keegan O'Neal can be a challenge. And you can just tell O'Neal's just a big dude. I mean,
he's a big man.
Yeah. And he's got a lot of improving to do. He's only a sophomore, so he still has a pretty high ceiling as he'll be fouled on his way up right there, speaking of him.
When we double him, he just kicks it to the wide open person.
Yeah.
He's a very good passer.
Absolutely. 4:24 to go, still a 13-point lead, chance to make it 15 for O'Neill. First one's up, no good. One more coming. That one will drop. Wright will bring it up, quickly up to Fleetwood. Fleetwood inside to Trey Reed, blocked by O'Neill. And it'll be Hatchets' ball as it goes out of bounds. Grant Niehaus will inbound. Gets it in to Wright. Wright will take a three. They got it. Nice shot there by the junior.
He's a freshman a little bit this year with the shooting from last year.
Absolutely.
He's really worked on his game.
Last year he was just kind of a pure point guard. Kind of set up the plays. Didn't do much offensively, but this year he's going to have to take a lot of shots, and he's shown his ability to do that so far tonight. As they're going to get foul on the Hatchets. They're going to get Bryce Browning right there. That'll be his third, I believe. Fourth, fourth. O'Neill gets it to Gladys. Gladys long two. Long no good. Rebounded by none other than Austin Ainsko, as Barr-Reeve has just been killing Washington on the boards tonight. It's inside to Graber, outside to O'Neill. O'Neill swarmed it away by Trey Reed. That was Bryce Browning, not Trey Reed. So it'll be Barr-Reeve ball still, but good play there by Bryce Browning to knock that one. Tyson Wright makes a play on the ball, but not going to be able to take it away. Good heads-up play, though, to tip it. 3:38 to go here. Still an 11-point lead for Barr-Reeve. Graber inside to O'Neill. O'Neill, well, can't finish that one. Not going to be too many easier looks than that. As into a cutting Grant Niehaus, and now it's a 9-point lead here, and Barr-Reeve's forced to take a timeout. 3:23 to go on the clock. Barr-Reeve has a 9-point lead. We'll be back here in 1 minute with WHSH Radio. Welcome back to the Hatchet House as it's Barr-Reeve ball, just over 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. 9-point lead for Barr-Reeve. Hopefully Washington can cut into as O'Neill works on Browning. Makes a tough pass into Graber, bobbled for a second. Not bad defense there by the Hatchets, just couldn't quite get the break there. Fleetwood can take a three, short no good. Rebounded by Browning, it's going to be thrown right out of bounds. That was not a good pass there, but he was kind of falling down. He didn't have much of a choice but to try and make a pass.
A little wild there.
Yeah. So it'll be Barr-Reeve ball again. Leads back up to double digits. Now Bryson Graber will bring it up. He's a freshman, getting some varsity minutes here. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Gladish. Gladish. Inside tipped away by Bryce Browning, heads up play. He's gonna have to get rid of it though. And he's gonna get it to Tyson Wright. Oh, and I think they're finally gonna get a foul called there. Bit of a scrappy play there for the ball as Bryce Browning, clearly one of the weaker ball handlers on the court at the moment. He's a forward. So Barr-Reeve kind of saw that and had to definitely went for him. So Reed will inbound it for the Hatchets. Also a freshman. Gets it into Wright. bring it across the timeline. 2:34 to go. 11-point lead for Barr-Reeve. Reed has it at the top of the key. Gives it to right on the wing. Drives in, puts up a... Won't go, it's an air ball. And Bryson Graber will bring it up. Guarded by Tyson Wright. Wright playing some tough defense on him. And it's inside to O'Neal. O'Neal double teamed. I think they're going to get Bryce Browning for that one. If so, that might be his 5th. And they'll have to take a seat. And that is the case. And Gage Latham heads over to the scores table to take over for Bryce Browning as he is fouled out. Tough break there for the Hatchets as it's inbounded to Yoder. Bryson Graber has it. Tipped away by Trey Reed, and Fleetwood up quickly. Throws the ball, shot, and one! What a play! What a play by the Hatchets. Now it's back into single digits here. Chance to bring it down to 8 as well. So now Fleetwood will have an and one. We'd like to thank loyal viewer of tonight's broadcast, John Rook, as he is intently watching as Fleetwood drains the free throw. Big shout out to him. Boy John. Wagler has it. Brings it across the timeline, gives it to Parsons, Nick Parsons. He's a senior, gives it to Ainscoe, over to Wagler. Gets it inside to a wide open Parsons. He throws up a shot, he'll get it. Hatchets just lost track of Parsons right there as he was cutting on the baseline. Fleetwood takes it to the hole. Got it! Oh my God, a wild shot by Fleetwood. Oh my. Another and one for Billy Fleetwood right there. That one was definitely a lot more wild than the first one.
Hatchets are starting to get out in transition now.
Absolutely. This could be a 7-point game after this free throw if he can hit it. Or excuse me, yes, a 7-point game. He drains it, and Washington's in business here as they are starting to look quite a bit better. Gladish has it, works left hand, easy reach-in call right there. Fleetwood doesn't like it, but I think that one was pretty. You could hear it. Yeah, you could hear that from the finger. And Keegan O'Neal, not to our delight, is checking back into the game.
He's been a real big difference maker tonight.
Yeah. He's been working hard on Latham, and Latham's not been able to stop him so far. Gladish has it. Wagler thought about it, and he travels.
Good D by the Hatchets.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, the Hatchets have actually played pretty solid defense tonight, for the most part. They played better than I expected them to come out. Usually it takes a little while to get into the season to play solid defense like they have tonight. Right inside to Latham. Latham easily blocked, but it's going to be rebounded by Latham. Kicks it out to Niehaus. Niehaus, 3 on the way. Long, no good. And fight for the rebound. It's going to be gained by Gabe Gladish. Under a minute to go in the third quarter of play. Gladish takes to the hoop. Going to be no good. Rebounded by... It's up to Niehaus. It's in. And it's 5-point game here. If there wasn't under a minute to play, I think Barr-Reeve would be forced to take a timeout, but they'll let this one play out. Tough call. Oh my, I don't know about that one. Maybe the official saw something that I didn't see, but from our angle, it looked like he was straight up just shuffling with him. Regardless, it'll be a foul on Trey Reed. O'Neal has it, gets it out to Gladish. Under 30 seconds. 5-point lead for Barr-Reeve. We actually have a game on our hands now. Ainscoe works on Niehaus. Heavily, and a travel ball. What
good D by the Hatchets.
By Grant Niehaus and the Hatchets.
Hatchets are fired up now.
Yeah, they are in business. Just under 20 seconds for the Hatchets to work with right here. And the cheer ball can start to get into this one as the Hatchets definitely need to, or they needed to. Unfortunately, we're near the end of the quarter, 12 seconds on the clock, and hopefully the Hatchets will be able to bring this momentum into the next quarter. 6 seconds, it's tipped away. Wagler has it, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. He's going to have to pull up from 3. Air ball, no good. Puts it put back, no good by O'Neal. And that will bring us to the end of 3 quarters here at the Hatchet House. The score is Barr-Reeve 45, Washington 40. We'll be back here in 1 minute with WHSH Radio. Back to the Hatchet House at the beginning of the 4th quarter here with WHSH Radio. Hatchets have climbed their way back into this one, only trailing by 5. And it's taken some great play by the Hatchets to get back into this one, as they had a very rough start. Fleetwood has it at the top of the key. Gets it to Niehaus. Niehaus, 3 on the way. That one won't go. Rebound by Latham. Put up and in. What a play. And he's fired up. And that's what you like to see from this team. And it's like Keegan O'Neal. I think O'Neal might be hurt. Someone might be. He's awfully upset. And the Cheerwalk is getting to this one. I'm not for sure exactly what happened there, as Niehaus kind of got off the defensive hook. And that was tough from our angle, but I didn't see him do anything, but I'm sure the ref saw something that I didn't see. We had a tough angle on that one. Wright doesn't agree with it, but we're not going to be able to change the call up here, so that's away from our control. But 3-point game here. We'll see if hopefully he'll miss this free throw. This is the 1-and-1 here for Gladish, hopefully. The crowd needs to get loud right now. That's not what's happening. Won't go. Rebounded by O'Neal. And jump ball. I thought they were going to get a foul on Latham there for a second, but
I thought they were going to call an over and back call on O'Neal.
Yeah. Could have gone either way, really. Crowd doesn't like it. Gladish will inbound on the baseline, gets it into Graber. Graber up top to O'Neal. O'Neal outside, wide open, Austin Ainscoe. No good, rebounded by Trey Reed. Trey Reed, Hatchets have numbers. Gets it to, Fleetwood thought about it, takes it long to, that's an air ball. That's not wasn't a bad look, but just.
He rushed it.
He rushed it. He thought he had thought he had someone right behind him. So Gladish will bring it up for Barr-Reeve. Only a 3-point lead now, and looks like the ball might be a little bit wet or something. I've been trying to dry it off or something like that. Could be an issue. Gladish inbounds it to Graber, and Wagler has it in the backcourt. 7 minutes to go here. 3-point lead for Barr-Reeve here in the 4th quarter. Graber, top of the key, over to Wagler. Wagler, up top to Gladish. Gladish will pull it. He got it. That's a tough shot right there. That is a tough shot. He had Billy Fleetwood all in his face. So now Fleetwood has it. 6-point lead for Barr-Reeve. Niehaus works inside, picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Wright. Wright takes long two, no good. Rebounded by Trey Reed. Reed puts it back up, no good. Rebounded by Gabe Gladish.
And Vikings have not really given the ball to Keegan O'Neal this half.
Yeah, that really was effective. And
just as we say that. And a wide open Gabe Gladish off the pass from Keegan O'Neill. Won't drop, rebounded by Trey Reed. I really do like how Trey Reed has rebounded tonight. He's done a very, very fine job.
Did a very good job boxing out his man.
Reed kicks it out to Fleetwood. Fleetwood thinks about it, doesn't do it. Drives in, loses control. Picked up by Tyson Wright. He'll put up a long two. That one won't go.
He can't get one to fall.
Yeah, he's struggling. Cameron Graber has it. Over to Ainskill. Gladish. Keegan O'Neill pull from three. He won't get it long. Rebounded by Trey Reed. His rebounds have got to be up there. He's grabbing everything right now. Now it's Fleetwood up top to Latham. Over to Wright on the wing. Trying to get it inside. Not a good pass right there. But it'll be into the hands of a wide open.
Good pass by Grant Niehaus.
Hatchets. Lucky 8 ball was in favor of the Hatchets right there. That was a little lucky right there. But we'll take a 30-second break here with WHSH Radio. Score is Barr-Reeve 48, Washington 44. Just under 5.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Hatchethouse as we have a game on our hands right now. It wasn't looking like it was going to be a game, but the Hatchets have clawed their way right back into this one, and now Barr-Reeve only leads by 4. Given the way the Hatchets started this game out, you would have never thought that this game would be this close this late.
We're going with a pretty small lineup right now.
Yes, as
2 freshmen and bigs.
Julius Hardman, one of the freshmen, and Trey Reed, one of the freshmen, and they're going to give that to Washington right there.
Good defense.
I like it. Yeah. I like the spark that Hardiman gives off the bench. He had a alley-oop layup sort of a play ran through him right earlier in the game. I mean, that was nice. As soon as he got into the game, too. So now Hardiman gives it to Wright. Over to Fleetwood. Fleetwood thinks about it, drives in, kicks it into Hardiman. Hardiman brings it up, he's blocked. Fleetwood has it. 2 from the free throw line. Got it. 2-point game here at the Hatchethouse.
Coach Miller is fired up now.
Absolutely. Barr-Reeve doesn't know what hit him right now. The Hatchets looked down and out of this one earlier in this game. Now it's Ainskill. He gives it to Wagler. Wagler in the corner. Ainskill. Ainskill will shoot it. No good. Front iron. No good. Rebounded by Tyson Wright. Wright drives in. Puts up a shot. Won't drop. Rebounded. Let's see who this goes to. This is I don't know what happened there.
Timeout by the Vikings.
That was a good play there by Gabe Gladish. I thought they might have called that out of bounds at first. It was tough to view from here, but we'll keep it right here for this timeout break. It should be fairly quick. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. Like I said, Trey Reed, Julius Hardman playing very well.
I like it. Stop giving the ball to Keegan O'Neill, and that just kind of stops
scoring. They do need to work for the Keegan O'Neill. The Hatchets have done a solid job since then defending him, sending double teams, but when you do that, he's a very good passer, and he's going to find the open man. So, with just under 4.5 minutes to play here, you think the Vikings would definitely try and get into Keegan O'Neill, as he is probably one of the best weapons you can have in this area of the state. I mean, especially with his, he's only a sophomore.
He's just a sophomore.
Yeah, just a sophomore. And he's doing this to a very solid team in the Hatchets. I mean, the future is definitely bright for Barr-Reeve. They've always had a history of solid big men. Trevor Loniger last year was a very solid player, and of course Addison Wagler, he was probably one of the better players Barr-Reeve's ever had in their history. So,
a state title.
Yeah, that's true. So, hopefully Barr-Reeve will have another great big man here in O'Neill as he's looking. We've seen shades of it tonight from him. So the Barr-Reeve ball gets it into Gladish. Gladish, double teamed.
Setting the press. Coach Miller.
Absolutely. He trips, and a tough ball. My. I think he just slipped right there. Tough call. Even Miller doesn't like that one. I mean, I haven't seen him too animated tonight, but that one right there got him going. And understandably so. The Vikings are at the bonus right now, 18 fouls on Washington, so any foul from here on out is obviously going to put him at the line, and that's not what you want to see when that probably could have been a turnover. So now, one shot, he got the first one. Gladish does. He'll have one more to come. 3-point lead now for Barr-Reeve. 4:16 on the clock here in the fourth. Washington has Trey Reed, Tyson Wright, Julius Hardiman, Grant Niehaus, and Billy Fleetwood on the court. Very small lineup. Gets it into Wright as he drains the second free throw. 4-point lead for Barr-Reeve. Billy Fleetwood gets it up top to Hardiman. Hardiman picks up his dribble, gives it over to Fleetwood. Fleetwood up top to Reed. Trey Reed has it. Back up to Tyson Wright. Niehaus has it now. Fleetwood has it. He drives in, spin move. Running out of options, gets it out to Trey Reed. Pump fakes, gives it to Billy Fleetwood, and now Tyson Wright has it. He'll set up a play.
Good D by the Vikings.
Yeah, very solid D. They've made the Hatchets waste lots of puck. Here's Wright, drives it to the basket, throws him a wild shot. No good. Rebounded by Hardiman. Out to Niehaus. Niehaus, 3 on the way. No good. Hit the back of the iron. That one won't drop.
Good rebound by Julius.
Yeah, very good offensive rebound there. He went a long way to get that one.
Tough miss.
Yeah, so Wagler heavily guarded by Wright. Gets around him. 3:16. Gives it up top to Graber. Inside to O'Neal. O'Neal fouled and one. And that's exactly what O'Neal will do to you if you are not careful. So he has a chance to make this a 7-point game.
Latham back into the game, guard O'Neal.
They're going to need the big bodies on the court to stop him. They're down the late stretches. The free throw's on the way, and it's good. Tyson Wright brings it up. 7-point lead now for Barr-Reeve. Trey Reed has it. Over to Niehaus, heavily guarded. Niehaus pulls up. Long 2, I think. He got it. See if they called it a 3 or a long 2. I think it was a long 2. And indeed it is.
Good shot by Grant Niehaus.
Very solid shot. Off this dribble. On dribble, and it'll be out of bounds. Into the hands of Grant Niehaus. It didn't go out of bounds. I'm surprised. Right?
Good hustle play by Tyson Wright.
Great hustle. Niehaus blocking foul on Austin Ainsko right there. So that'll be the 15th foul on Barr-Reeve.
Tyson Wright, a very good defender.
Absolutely. So now, Niehaus will inbound. Gets it into Reed. Trey Reed gives it out to Niehaus. Niehaus, long 2. Rim, no good. Rebounded by Trey Reed. Loses control, and it'll go into the hands of Isaac Wagler. Fight for that rebound. He had control, but initially tried to go back up with it, and just lost control. Gabe Gladish works inside. Blocked by Trey Reed, and here we go. Billy Fleetwood up to the rim, puts it up, no good. Let's see who that's going to be off of. I think they're going to give the ball to Washington here.
Then they call a foul on Ainsko.
Oh, excuse me, they're going to call a foul on Ainsko.
That might be his 5th.
I believe it is. It is.
5th foul, he's gone.
So now Austin Ainsko will have to take a seat for the Vikings.
He's done very well tonight, shooting the 3 and everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. Quentin Yoder coming to the bench now. He'll come in.
Tough loss.
Yeah, you can't. He's one of your better players right there, and you don't want to see him take a seat if you're Barr-Reeve. Of course, if you're Washington, I quite enjoyed seeing him sit down.
Yeah.
Fleetwood's first shot, long, no good. It'll remain a 5-point game. He'll have one more coming.
Second player tonight to foul out.
Yes.
Bryce Browning and Austin Ainsko now.
Fleetwood's second free throw, got it. 4-point game. And Wagler brings it up quickly along the sideline. A foul on Tyson Wright. I don't know about. Might have been a little bit of a tough break right there. But Wagler will have 2 shots as they're in the double bonus now.
That's only right second. He's played very hard on defense.
Yes, he has. He's been pressuring Wagler as he comes up the court quite often. As Wagler hits the first of 2 free throws. 5-point game now. 2:11 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. And Quentin Yoder will take a seat. He's replaced by Nick Parsons. Wagler has one more on the way. And he hits it. 6-point lead for Barr-Reeve. It's up into the hands of Billy Fleetwood. Now it's Trey Reed. Reed gives it to Wright. Wright drives in. Mid-range 2 on the way. Got it. Nice shot there by Tyson Wright.
That's what they can do whenever you cheat the pass right there.
Absolutely. The reason the Hatchets got behind so quickly was because we were struggling with rebounding and couldn't hit our mid-range shots, but now that's completely turned around. It's over to Wagler on the wing. He gives it to Parsons on the other wing. Back over to Wagler. And it's up to O'Neal. 1:30. The Hatchets are going to have to start pressuring hard here. And they're going to... Oh, foul. Yeah, Trey Reed, I think that might have just been a...
Should have went the other way, I thought.
Yeah.
Might have been a moving screen.
Could have gone either way, absolutely. So... Now, we'll have 2 shots. They're in the double bonus. Wagler hits the first. 5-point game again. Hatchets are going to have to make something happen on offense, assuming we can get the offensive rebound on a miss. Or excuse me, the defensive rebound. As he hits the second, so no need to worry about that. 6-point lead for Barr-Reeve. Niehaus has it up top to Reed. Reed. He's looking for someone to give it to, and throws it right into the hands of Isaac Wagler. Knocked out of bounds by Niehaus. Heads up play there, knocked that out of bounds as Cameron Graber was cutting towards the basket. So now the Hatchets need a defensive stop here. It's inbounded to Keegan O'Neal and up top to Gladish. Nick Parsons up top to O'Neal, and Gage Latham fouls him hard right there. Not a very good play there by Latham. We were going to have to start fouling at some point if we didn't get the ball, but came at him a little bit too aggressive on that one. He had him in a good spot there if he just could have stopped a little earlier. But he'll miss the front end of his 2 shots.
That is their worst free throw shooter.
Yes. And he won't get the second. Works out. So now Wright brings it up, gives it to Fleetwood. Fleetwood on the wing. Just under a minute to go. Niehaus will take the 3. Rattles out. No good. Rebounded by O'Neal.
Big rebound.
Yes. Now Fleetwood fouls Gabe Gladish. That's not the guy you want to foul, but at this point in the game, you don't have much of a choice. So now Gladish will have 2 shots. See if he can take advantage of this. Turn this into a 8-point game. Got the first one. Has one more coming. As the crowd begins to somewhat clear out here, as this one might be just a little bit too far out of reach for the Hatchets. Second one's on the way. Long, no good. Rebounded by Latham. Gives it to Wright. Just a 7-point game. Up top to Reed. Reed gives it to Wright. Fleetwood takes a long 3. That one's going to be well short. No good. Rebounded by Reed. He'll throw up a shot. No good. Rebounded by O'Neal, and he's going to be fouled by Billy Fleetwood.
Tough break tonight by the Hatchets.
Yeah, they really climbed their way back into this one, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. The start was really what killed the Hatchets. They have outplayed the Vikings most of the way here past the first quarter, and unfortunately it's not going to show up on the final score as O'Neal hits his first. Makes it an 8-point game. It's not going to show up on the final score how well the Hatchets played down the stretch tonight, but it's definitely a positive as O'Neal hits his second. Fleetwood, trailing by 9, works inside, puts up a shot. It will drop. 7-point game now. Timeout, Washington. And with that timeout, we'll take a 30-second break here with WHSH Radio.
I'd like to remind you to have this return to action next Friday as they travel to Southbridge. Next home game, next on December the 2nd. December the 2nd, when they host North Yankees. The Lady Hatchets will action this Saturday as they travel to Barr-Reeve.
Welcome back here to the Hatchet House as there's 27 seconds on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Barr-Reeve leads by 7. Little hope for the Hatchets here, but they'll come out in a full court press hoping to get a steal. Inbounded into Keegan O'Neill. It's going to be fouled by Gage Latham. So on the bright side, we're putting their worst free throw shooter at the line, but
A little late.
yeah, it's probably not going to matter at this point, unfortunately. But as I said, you know, there's a lot of positives to take out of this one. It's really the way Washington played down the stretch. As O'Neill hits the first. I mean, there's just looking at the start of this game, I wasn't for sure what I was watching out of Washington. He misses the second one, rebounded by Latham. Wright brings it up, gives it over to Niehaus. Niehaus in the corner. Latham pulls up from 3. Got it!
Gage Latham with his first career three-pointer.
Absolutely, only a 5-point game now. I joked around with him quite a bit last year. He's going into that shot, he was 0 for 2 in his career from behind the three-point line, and now he's brought it to 1 for 3. So if you can shoot over 30% from 3, then you're a solid three-point shooter. So he can always look at that and say he's a good three-point shooter. But still a 5-point game here in favor of Barr-Reeve. Most of the crowd is cleared out at this point. Some of the Washington and Barr-Reeve faithful remain. But it's probably not gonna end in the favor of Washington, the Washington Hatchets here, but
A lot to learn from tonight.
yeah, a lot to learn. Like I said, a lot to take away, a lot of positives too. And there's a lot to learn out of it whenever we started out the game, because that was rough. That was a rough start. But now Hatchets have looked like a strong team so far. And really making this a close game has showed their toughness and their will to win. Because this could be easily a 30-point game if we had given up, when we got down big.
Yeah.
And it's inbounded to Gladish. 12 seconds. Gonna have to foul. And Fleetwood will foul Gladish. So 9.5 seconds to go here. 5-point game. Gladish will have 2 shots here as Barr-Reeve's well into the double bonus. And Gladish will look to make this a 7-point game. 9.5 seconds. The Hatchets to work with. First shot's up, and it goes in. So now Glass will have one more. Chance to make this a 7-point game as there seems to be some sort of confusion.
Fleetwood fouled out of the game.
Yes, and it looks like Francis will come in for him. He has not played too much tonight, but we'll likely see more out of him as the season goes on.
Played a little bit in the first half, didn't do too bad.
Yeah.
Got a block.
Yeah. Very solid defender, very athletic player. There's a meeting amongst the officials here inside the paint. Not for sure what this is about. Now one of the officials is talking to Ryan Hughes, Barr-Reeve, maybe explaining something. So it is clear Billy Fleetwood is fouled out. I'm not for sure what the confusion is at this point. So now Gladish has
one more. No good. Rebounded by Latham. Excuse me, I think that they gave him the first free throw again, and he misses it. So now it's still just a 5-point game instead of a 6-point game, and he'll have one more to come. It's up, and it won't fall. 5-point game still. Wright has it, 8 seconds. He's gonna have to shoot it. He's gonna have to shoot. Niehaus shoots, and it's gonna be too late. And that's how this game will end. You have to pull up right there if you're Tyson Wright. Took way too much time, but that'll bring us here to the end of 4. The score is, or your final score is Barr-Reeve 61, Washington 56. Washington fails to come back in this one, but they battled hard. We'll be back here in 1 minute for the post-game show.
Welcome back here to the Hatchet House for the final time tonight in a tough 56-61 loss for the Hatchets here at the Hatchet House. As they failed to come back as they showed a lot of heart and fight, but this was a tough Barr-Reeve team and the Hatchets had a rough start. So we have a little bit of hardware to hand out now. Who is the player of the game, Kane?
I'm going to have to go with Tyson Wright. He really played well tonight, played well in the defensive end, and he had a lot of good baskets for us.
Absolutely, he was the main ball handler for the Hatchets, running the
Point guard position. Had some nice mid-range shots we saw from him. Just an overall solid performance from him, and he'll take home player of the game on WHSH Radio tonight. And that brings us to the end of our broadcast here from the Hatchet House in Washington, Indiana. The Hatchets fall 56-61 here
with WHSH Broadcasting.